Bob is a folklorist, as well as a storyteller.
People like George O'Mullen would have imbibed the traditions of the area. We're beginning to look at stories, myths, folklore, and bits and pieces of history, all fused together to give the people a sense of belonging and to give them their identity.
And I suppose they get more and more embroidered as generations pass.
Well, you see, these are oral stories, Mark. And in order to remember the stories, you had to have wonderful facts. The more spectacular the story, the better they remembered it. And in this area, you're surrounded by supernatural.
So are there any famous stories that George would have known around the supernatural that actually concern the family, the clan?
Well, Mark, I know you're very interested in vampires.
Tends to be.
Yes. Now, the Irish for vampire is Der Gudul, the red drinker. And here is a book which might be of interest to you and has a story in it which is connected to the O'Cahans, which George O'Mullen would undoubtedly have known. It may well have formed one of the strands.
Of Dracula.
Of Dracula.
How brilliant. So you think Stoker would have known then?
Well, in this area, the word Dracula means bad blood.
No.
Yes.
That's too good. Where am I looking?
You're looking at, think about page 64.
The Tale of Aphatach?
Auertach.
The legend comes from the townland of Slortavity, near the town of Garva in North Derry, which, though it is only a few miles from the town, is still a fairly isolated spot. It lies in the Glenullen Valley and is cut off on three sides by the beginning of the Sperrins mountain range. In the 5th and 6th centuries, this valley was a patchwork of tiny kingdoms, each ruled by individual kings who were little more than local warlords. So this vampire story concerns an O'Kane.
It does, yeah.
It would have been a story known to my great-great-great-grandfather O'Mullen.
Yeah.
And Slortavity's still there.
You can go and have a look at it.
Before the sun goes down.
I would go there pretty quick, Mark. Now, whatever you do, Mark, don't try to lift the stone or the vampire will get out again.
Okay.
Those under the harsh rulership of Auertach wished to get rid of him, and because of his dark powers, they were too frightened to attack him themselves. So they hired another chieftain called Cachan, or Cathain, O'Kane, to come and kill him for them, which he did, slaying Auertach and burying him standing up, a befitting burial for an Irish chieftain. The next day, however, Auertach was back, demanding a basin filled with blood from the wrists of his subjects, in order, says the legend, to sustain his vile corpse. Puzzled, Cachan went to a holy man and asked him the reason. The holy man thought for a moment. The evil Auertach is not dead, he replied at length, but he is in a state of suspension due to his dark arts. He has become one of the Neem Marb and cannot therefore be killed, but he can be prevented from rising again. In order to do this, the hermit told him, Cachan must slay Auertach with a sword made of yew wood. He must bury him upside down. He must surround the gravesite with thorns, and he must place a great stone directly above the spot where the vampire lay. The grave is still there. It is said that the thorns that Cachan placed around the site have grown together into a thorn tree that grows above the remnants of the sepulchre. Even today, local people will not approach the field after nightfall. Which, looking at the state of the sun, means that we should probably get out of here.